Hi there, everybody. My name's J.R. Burgess. And if you're a physician who's frustrated with your current role in medicine, or maybe you've opened your practice and you're saying to yourself that you spend more time in your electronic health records only to continue to see denials, red tape, bureaucracy, and many times you're practicing medicine that you know does more harm than actually restore and regenerate health in your patients' lives, I want you to pay close attention because us at Rejuve Medical and Health Evaders, we've cracked the code. We've helped over 100 doctors worldwide implement systems to help them attract more cash-paying patients, to allow the providers the time to actually thoroughly assess and evaluate what's already happened in the patient's life, what's been explored, what hasn't been explored, and also how to present cash-paying offers like regenerative medicine, functional medicine, lifestyle medicine, so you can actually feel great about what you practice because you're getting your patients life-changing outcomes instead of continuing to just cover up or mask the symptoms. And many practitioners, when they're in their current jobs, don't know how to necessarily transition to a concierge or a cash model that allows them to start seeing patients. So there's a lot of fear because they've spent their 20s and 30s accumulating massive amounts of debt through student loans, through buying a nice house, and they feel trapped in the system. So if you're considering that move, we're going to break down at our webinar next Friday on exactly how to do this safely, conservatively, taking the best steps by maybe even starting part-time on the sides or working for somebody that's already established one of these life-changing clinics to really get your comfort before going out on your own. Or if you've already made that jump and you are already starting your own practice, but yet you're struggling to find consistent amount of new patients to come through your door, or you're having challenges converting them to cash-paying offers or keeping them long enough to actually have the life-changing coaching, the thorough checking, to exploring different options by having a transformative treatment plan, then this webinar or this information that I'm about to break down is very, very important for you to assess what is going on in your practice in the four main areas that we really simply need to have an advanced strategy in each one of these. So if you're that practice owner that's figured this out, and sometimes you also want to make more money than just your one-on-one time in the room, to become a thought leader and potentially share your message with more practitioners, then you have to have a next level business model in healthcare, because this is no longer how do we just help people with insurance when many of these life-changing procedures are not covered. We have to learn, just like you learned through med school. You went through med school, you went through residency and internship, you did your fellowship, and you're advanced. Business is much in the same way. We have to start at the ground floor to really understand what it takes to have a solid vision, how to have a team that's in the right position, in the right seat, to truly learn how to attract patients for the services that they're seeking. Because patients are out there, they're sick and tired of being sick and tired, but yet you're the best kept secret in your area. So we got to get you comfortable in communicating the right message, not just science and gibbly goo that they don't understand and is not emotionally connecting with them. We have to show them that you are providing something different, that you have different solutions. And today, for the important part of this video, I want you to thoroughly assess four of the main elements that need the advanced strategy. And the first one is attraction. How do we get patients that are willing to, even if you have a hybrid model, come in, but then maybe enroll into cash transformative health programs, to regenerative medicine packages, to medical fitness or preventative medicine, or your membership club of certain kind. We break down our A to Z strategy in each one of these areas that is a comprehensive plan. Rejuve spent millions of dollars over the last 10 years figuring out exactly how to be able to turn on one switch to know that if we put $4 in the ATM or the slot machine, that $8 are going to come out each time. That gives us confidence in continuing to spend into marketing, knowing these systems work. So we are going to break down at our event and on the 5 Pillars webinar on Friday, the 4 simple opt-ins or freemiums or methods of attracting patient emails, so we can start educating them and indoctrinating them on how we are truly different than other healthcare systems. A lot of doctors just put out ads or are asking for these transformative cash programs and basically asking for sex on the first date. So we need to have either a lead quiz or a checklist that helps them know their option or determine candidacy on the front end level. Then something that teaches them and gives nothing but value-rich content about things that they can do on their own. And then the third step is a unique branded system that separates you from the other functional or regenerative cash models that are out there. So we want to teach you how to name your system and then give education examples that fall under what you really do, because I know you have organized knowledge in IP inside of your head, but if it isn't clearly communicated on paper and your patients are able to see the process and understand it, it's going to be too much to just explain it or have your whole team understand it. So that's a starting step that we're going to really break down. And this is more important now than ever, because if you're on Google, you've probably seen a lot of these alternative or regenerative or functional medicine clinics are seeing censorship. So it's more important than ever that we teach you how to learn to get your message out there to the right populations by providing great information that they are seeking right now. So that's all about the attraction. So can you turn on one switch or funnel and get consistent leads? And here's the second step that I see a lot of practitioners talk about. They have no problem saying that they're getting leads, but they say that they're the wrong leads. So when we talk about conversion, do you have something when you get that opt-in or that email that is really indoctrinating them, educating that maybe you are a cash clinic and why you don't take insurance, something that shows how you are different and that you have different options? Inside of these autoresponders, are you handling your patients' main fears and objections, which have prevented them from enrolling forward in the past? So when we talk about conversion, what happens once they get an email or talk to somebody in your clinic? Is there ongoing education that is going to educate them and overcome the major hurdles? Second part of the conversion strategy, do you have a case manager or somebody that knows how to actually handle leads? Not just give information, because if people are shopping on price, they just go to the next place. So somebody that can actually have thorough questions, knows how to push away, because we believe in a selling without selling method that makes people feel great about, but then pushes away the wrong clientele that aren't ready for your service. Maybe they still have different insurance options that they need to explore. So we need to teach the case manager how to have those next calls. And conversion is also next about your seminar. Once we've got people in through our 3-series funnel, we repixel our website or retarget anybody that's seen our organic content, that have seen any of our ads, that have been on our autoresponder, and invite them into a seminar or a webinar. But inside this webinar, do you have the right compelling talk with the right structure? Because I spoke all around the world for years trying to crack the code on just give my best information, and sometimes I over-delivered content, probably a little bit like this message, a lot of principles I'm talking about. But I want to invite you to a webinar on Friday where we really break down each one of these elements on a higher level. So it's really, really important that we're not over-communicating, giving enough value and content, but making patients say, I need to learn more. And we're going to show you and model this same system on Friday. So the next step on that conversion is, how are we speaking in that room? Are we actually listening very well? Are we prescribing the same things that they've already done? Have we identified all their options? Have we outlined a treatment plan of what it truly would be to reverse diabetes, to fix arthritis, to overcome autoimmune disease? Because there's no such thing as one and done magic in medicine anymore. They didn't get these conditions overnight, and we're not going to solve them overnight. So how we communicate, lay out those treatment plans, and get patients to ultimately commit and comply with the program is necessary for the maximum patient outcome. So that's all on conversion, and every system and every one of those elements has a very in-depth strategy. The third aspect is operations. Too many times we're doing a little bit of everything. There's not clear accountability, there's not clear roles, there's not clear job descriptions, there's not clear performance metrics on how everybody's supposed to be that job. A lot of practices, when I first start consulting, when I go in there, I say, what does that person do? And they don't have a full understanding. Or if that person was to move or got in an accident, God forbid, what is it that the team member has to step in and do when that person's absent? But the operations element that you need to assess is your system set up to scale and grow and to perform without one key component. If not, you have not yet a business, but you have a job maybe that you own. But at the end of the day, we want to create a business that's either sellable, transferable, or that operates without any key individual. So can you provide consistent and predictable outcomes as well as methodology of doing business so you actually can scale and grow, teach and develop other leaders to step in and help your practice grow? The fourth element that we're going to break down is retention. We fight really hard to get these cash paying patients. And again, we mentioned we don't want the one and done treatment method. We want to be able to get them. So we have in our cash clinics as different transformation programs, different health clubs that we can get people on a monthly program that gives them different benefits, maybe discount to supplements or future regenerative treatments or IVs, something inside of your practice that continues to give them access in a continual program so they can continue to grow, see better results, and be valued and receive different incentives that one-time patients may not get access to unless they join the club of some sort. But retention is also all about, are you following up with your patients? Maybe we have autoresponders in place that educate people on our system, but what about after they've received treatment? Do we have amazing follow-up and information at guiding them where they're at in their journey, when they need to come back, if they're struggling, if they're doing well, how to get other people to understand how we've helped transform their lives, to help them share that message so you're not the best kept secret in your area. So if you're a practitioner and you have a life-changing mission, you know you're good at what you do, you just not figured out quite how to crack this code. And it is about structure, because structure equals freedom. And we've replicated this in over 100 practices around the world. I want you to either join us in the link below at the Integrative Practice Success Summit, where we're going to have different thought leaders presenting their best information, holding no secrets, giving you the exact formula of how we've helped Rejuve become the largest integrative practice in the world, one of the top stem cell producing clinics in the world, and how we've helped numerous others understand the structure and framework necessary to have a life-changing, impactful practice that gives you the freedom to practice how you want, how your patients deserve, and to actually give you the lifestyle and freedom to live the life you want. So I'm excited for this webinar, as it's going to be 1.5 to 2.5 hours. I'm going to answer everybody's question. Make sure you get a ton of value from this webinar. So Friday at noon Central Standard Time. And if you opt in, we will send you the recording. So click the link below when the Zoom link comes out and join us for an in-depth breakdown of all the areas. And I'm going to go deep into the 5 pillars of practice. I've talked about the 4 areas of business success, which is in all practice. The 5 pillars of integrated practice success is really about the personal pillar, understanding what you're great at, what you should be doing, what you need to do to become the best leader and entrepreneur. The business pillar is all about the systems and structures that help you build a sellable and scalable practice. Marketing and sales, no matter how good you are, if you don't have good marketing and sales, it's the difference between the most successful companies in the world. And we're not talking about unethical sales. We're not talking about sales that you shouldn't feel proud about. It's when people come into Rejuve, I feel like we kill them if we're letting them walk out the door, because I know we're one of the best comprehensive integrative medical solutions in the world. So it's our ethical obligation to teach you how to convey that message and transfer your feelings so they understand your passion and can see the transformations that you've had inside of your practice. And then the medical fitness. We strongly believe that any program that doesn't address lifestyle, exercise, movement, nutrition, hydration, sleeping, breathing is a cover-up clinic. In order to change healthcare and change the direction we're headed, we need to add preventative and lifestyle medicine to our clinic models, whether you have a health coach, simple documents, or referral partners that help your patients get a better message and reverse the chronic disease and obesity epidemic that we're seeing. And the 5th pillar, integration. How do you make money without your one-on-one time in the room? How do you integrate these ancillary services so they actually work together in your unique branded system instead of operating in silos? So excited to break this down. So excited for the summit coming up September 20th through 22nd. This is the one place where you actually get to see it live. We're not just some marketers or some doctors that have not done the work. You get to see the live model, see our team in action, see the other thought leaders here. But hey, if you need more information, you want to get your questions and answered, that's what we're going to do this Friday. So log in and join us, and I look forward to giving you the best education and value that you need to know to have the cash practice success that you deserve. Thank you so much.